Good day, YouTube. It's the 13th of October, 2020, and this is the kitchen in the barn. I have a barn. It's 50 by 50, and it has a usable loft space and upstairs, if you will. So I've a little over 3,000 square feet, and I dedicated a significant space. About 600 square feet to what we call the gathering room, and it's just a place, more of a have friends, family groups over, and it's always a mess, but just hang out or have a meal or have a party or a birthday or a holiday or something, and I like to cook, so to have my own kitchen and my own shop is pretty cool, and not too many people probably get that opportunity. But as a prepper, I looked for things like this propane burning kitchen stove. So it literally runs on a 5-gallon propane tank. And it lasts pretty good. I probably only have to switch the tank once or twice a year, depending on how much cooking you do, obviously, but once around the holidays and maybe a couple more times throughout the year, which I just actually switched the tank yesterday. And I have my 1910 Monarch wood burning cook stove. It is heating up right now because we're going to do some cooking today. Make some videos, etc. I can't tell you how much I love this stove, especially on a day like today when it has been blowing and raining and stuff all night long, and it's just miserable outside. So what I chose to do today is to make some cooking videos and warm the barn up with the wood burning cook stove and the smells of sweet baking items, and I won't tell you what that is because you'll just have to go on my YouTube channel and find out for yourself. Some fun things about my kitchen. I have cool things to look at. This is a spice rack that my wife actually found for us. It has patent stuff on these stickers from 1964, which is the year I was born. Herb and Spices Compatibility Chart. Gives me a spot to put my spices and herbs and spices, how to use them. This is just fun stuff, right? Just fun stuff for me. Got a little bit of storage for food items. We don't really eat out here too much, but I do like to cook and bake and so forth. Some of my cast iron, we'll start up here. Looks like 12-inch Dutch oven, camp style, so it has legs and a rim around the top. This is an oven style. It's sitting kind of precariously, but that is a hammered Dutch oven. That was a gift from a friend. Probably nobody knows, but if you see all these little screws on the walls that I haven't removed yet, displayed much of my cast iron collection that I used to have, that I don't have anymore. I sold over 300 pieces of cast iron that I had bought and restored. It was quite a hobby, but it became overwhelming, and one day I decided I couldn't deal with all of this stuff anymore, so I started paring that down significantly. I sold bunches to collectors, and then my wife and I had retail spaces, and we used to buy and sell antiques. So eventually, after a couple years, I sold about 300 pieces. Anyway, moving on, there's another oven style Dutch oven, another camp style Dutch oven. This being I think it's a 14-inch oven. That one would be like a 12. Coming around to the shelves over here, and this is just the cast iron we have here at the barn. We obviously have some at home. And so far we have 3 RVs, and they all have cast iron in them, but we have 4 RVs. And 3 of them are for sale, and I'll be collecting the cast iron out of them starting today, actually. So got a nice little oven there at the end. That's probably a 10. shallow, and that's another 10 shallow. That is effectively an 11, and then that is a 12 deep. This is an 8. 8s are fantastic ovens, just cute as bugs, but an 8-inch oven is awesome, really hard to find. 12-inch deep, and then these are 10-inch deeps. These are my what I call dessert ovens. I just actually re-seasoned this one yesterday. I didn't totally clean it out and everything. I just kind of cleaned it up and re-seasoned it because I'm going to do a video today or tomorrow on a dessert. I won't tell you what it is. And yeah, and then these are a couple itty bitties. If you're making sauces, dips, or butter, like melted butter or something for that you combine with your meal or something, it's nice to put your little sauce in this, set it beside your big Dutch oven, thinking of course you've been to a potluck or something. More Dutch ovens down here. This is a monster. This weighs 96 pounds empty, and that is a 17-inch deep antique Dutch oven. Actually, someone has made 2 carry handles because it really takes 2 people to carry it. I can do 25-pound turkeys in this no problem, and I typically do that every year. That is a 12-inch shallow, and this is probably the holy grail of my Dutch oven collection. Let's set that trivet down. This being a number 12 Griswold. Oh, number 10. My bad. Looks like it needs a little attention too. I probably haven't used this much. Number 10 Griswold. And I need to give this one a little bit of attention. What I would say it's a recent purchase, probably like 5 years ago. That's recent for me. But that's just probably a $600-700 oven right there. They're just that hard to come by. I actually looked on eBay the other day, and there are none for sale at this time. Then we get into cast iron skillets. Most of what I have kept is Wagner in every size. We have some Griswold at home, and I can't remember what we have in the RVs and so forth, but these are, I selected most of these because of their cooking finish. Nice and smooth. These are, again, all ones I've restored. Not that I use them a ton, but I do use them. There's a couple others hang over here. I think it's I've recently used these, so I think one's a 5 and one's a 6. This is a chicken fryer, and this I wanted to spend just a moment talking to you about. To me, cast iron's all about the quality and the smoothness of the cooking surface, and you can see it's got a really nice cooking surface. This skillet has no branding on it. It's just called a number 7. Okay, there's no logo, there's no nothing. It says made in USA, but it doesn't have Wagner, Griswold, or Lodge, or Camp Chef, or something like that. If you bought a new piece of cast iron, I don't care what brand it is, finding one with a smooth cooking surface, yeah, it's probably just not going to happen. I would 100,000 times over buy a no-name vintage piece of cast iron with no branding on it than to buy the most expensive skillet you can find today, that's produced today, because of the better cooking surface. And that chicken fryer is a classic example. The reason that these don't get too much use is the one I use every day is a chicken fryer, a covered chicken fryer. Let's put that down because I forgot I turned that on. Why did I turn that burner on? Wow, that was hot. Sorry about that. Anyway, I use a covered chicken fryer. I'm getting something to hold the handle with. Why did I turn that on? This is a Griswold number 8, perfect size, nice tall sides, fantastic cooking surface. I bought this at a flea market, $50-$60, which is a bargain for something like that. And I've never even re-seasoned it. I kind of cleaned it, and I just use it correctly and so forth. And I'm going to do another video on how to just use and daily clean your cast iron, and we're going to use this as that example, which is probably why I turned it on. I just don't remember doing it, but I hurt my fingers. Anyway, that's just a quick overview of my kitchen at the barn, and my cast iron that I've kept, that I use cooking here at the barn. And I hope you appreciate the little tour. At one time this place was just packed with cast iron. It was pretty cool. I just didn't want to have all of that hanging around anymore. There's before I am done, there's a couple able skivers, however you pronounce it. And these are, ooh, what are they? Kind of like a Swedish round pancake that you fill with different fillings and so forth. We actually had an able skiver potluck here at the barn with 30 folks or so, and they all brought their able skivers. I set up a bunch of stoves out in the barn, and we had a time. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We made such a mess, but who cares? I know it's going to be dark after I don't have any lights on, but this is the rest of the barn. Yeah, so we pulled a few rigs out. We had a good time. Good time. There's a couple of waffle irons. I have a couple more. There's, I think, at least 2 in the RVs. One of them I'm going to get out today. I haven't used them in a while, but thought I'd make a video of that pretty soon. That's a Wagner, call it teapot. I just call them a humidifier. Put water in it and stuff. Kind of put some humidity in the air. These are, so being an Anderson, so I'm kind of got this Norwegian background and so forth, but these are a couple of Krumkaka irons. All right, they make like a dessert. It's kind of like an ice cream cone, if you will. You pour the batter into that, you close it, and then when it's cooked, you roll it into a cone shape, and then you fill it full of like a cream filling. These are 2 different sizes. We have a couple more of these somewhere, and I just have to put my hands on them. And there's a Wagner muffin tin cast iron muffin maker deal. I have one here, and I think the wife's got a couple of them at home. We did get rid of the rest of them. This is kind of one of my holy grail little guys here. I'm going to show you this because I think it's cool. If I can get it off the hook. Come on now. Really? Don't make me get mad. This is a number 0 Griswold skillet. They call them toys or salesman samples or whatever, but it's really a number 0 skillet. And these are book for $75 to $100. I picked this up very recently at a estate sale for $1. Kind of fun. There's an egg, give you an idea of size comparison. My number 0. Excuse me. All right, gang, that's the tour of the barn. Appreciate you coming along for the ride. Throw your comments down below. I'm going to do some more cooking videos and post them in my channel. It's just something I like to do, and I just kind of video the stuff I like to do because others like to do it too. So appreciate the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so and hit the bell notification button on your way out the door. And we will catch you on the next video. I forgot to show you the really big skillet that hangs on the wall.